Saul Castaneda with Mcscgreenwheels, and I am here at home. So today what we're going to do is basically we're going to make one of the holes here on the body panel just a little bigger to get our connectors for our ECU that we're going to install here to the car. My brother's going to be holding the brake line so I don't cut into it. We use a little bit of blue masking tape just to kind of make sure we don't tear up the paint too much. We know we're going to be going back to paint anyways. At the same time, we're just trying not to cut that brake line, which was installed prior to the computer being ran, or at least we thought we were not going to run it through here. But here we are. We opened it up and we're just going to shave it down a little bit so it's not too rough on the connectors, and we're going to do a little test fit that way to see if we can fit all of them through, because of course as you fit one, the hole gets a little bit smaller. At the moment here it just seems that only one looks to be coming in. You want to be careful with the connectors. It seems that the second connector is not going to fit with the wire coming through. We're going to have to make the hole a little bigger. We're going to use a die grinder, and just be sure that when you push it through and move it through there, you don't break one of the locking arms on there or something, or break any of the anything that we may need for the connector. My brother's going to go ahead and hold that brake line again and see if we can try to fit the middle connector first, you know, and at the same time try to get the rest of them through. As you can tell, we cannot. We're going to go ahead and do the die grinding. Going to hold up on the that brake line, set up the die grinder real quick, and get to opening it up just a little bit more so we can fit the middle connector through, because it's the bigger one out of all three of them that are coming from the firewall. And I know a lot of people go through the side of the door, but we don't want to take off the door. We're having a hard time already removing the trim to the fender, so we just kept it on there. Trying to be careful here with the die grinder, taking our time, trying not to see if we don't spin out and scratch up more of the paint or anything. We know we're gonna, like we said, we're gonna be going back to paint for a little bit, a couple more touch-ups that it needs, but you know, it'll be good to take care of these things now. That way we won't have to be doing this when the car's completely fully painted. So this will be good just to touch up around the area and see if we can get enough space and clearance for the middle connector. And again, make sure you just clear off some of those shavings as best you can, because you don't want to get them caught on your finger, and you don't want to get, you know, catch a sliver on the connector. We're going to start off with the second one, which is the bigger one, and you can tell that it's worked through. It actually came through, and now we're going to fit the rest of the two left connectors, and then bring in, there's a couple more connectors coming in, and kind of figure out a way where we're going to route this. We're going to fish pretty much all the cabling that's going to be coming underneath the hood, leaving everything that's going to stay inside the cabin. We're going to leave in the inside, because we're also going to be mounting the control pack to the inside fender, to the inside part of the pillar on the passenger side. We'll be putting in where the old computer was. Now we're going to do our placement for our ECM bracket generation 1. This is a generation 1 computer. So we got this bracket, and we're going to go ahead and kind of put the holes in there, and you know, just draw it out, punch them in, and we're going to use some crush washers. We're going to push in there, and we'll have some screws if we ever want to remove it or need to remove it. Hopefully not, never. He's right here right now, just marking it up, making sure it stays straight. So wouldn't want it to be all sloppy and hanging out the way, because also we have to worry about the inner fender liner.
Let me see just the bracket. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, dead nuts. That's as centered as I can get it. I just want to make sure that the width is right. I'm gonna go dead center on. I marked it with the punch on the most centered spot of my mark, so that when I drill the holes, they're not off. You know, they're pretty much even, and I have the correct spacing. But the marks are pretty good. So I'm gonna attempt the first drill. It drills a hole in different diameters. You know, it's like a step-up hole almost. So you'll drill 1, 2, 3, whatever the liking of the sizes, which should be right here, this diameter, instead of us having to switch every drill bit. We'll just use the one. Plus it's shorter, where like right here, you see how it's gonna be a little bit difficult to get this fucker in. Oh, it'll clear. So I'm gonna start with this guy here. I might have to just clean it up a little, huh?
Oh yeah, you want me to get you the file?
No, con este mismo digo, just need to go through it. Because we need it to be a little
Tight?
stubborn, like, yeah, like we wanted to have a little bit of.
Just Alright, I can grab it from here to.
Oh, so you can still.
Yeah.
Now this one's not gonna be that easy. See, because it's going.
It's
Come on. Come on.
remember? I got you.
Because I can expand that a little bit so that when it goes in, it creates a little bit of resistance. Need shorter screws or more washers. I don't want to do it.
Here, I'll go get you the screw. There was a screw with it, bro.
Okay, so that's probably either 10 or 3/8 gauge.
I got a 10 right here.
¿Y la matraca?
Hold on. How about now?
Nah, it's still spinning. Ya se hizo más delgado too.
Oh, did it break off?
No, it just
Let me see.
it bent in instead of out.
Let me see.
Look.
All right.
So you just keep spinning, that's the fucking problem. It's not even gonna come out of there, it's gonna be fine. And then once we get it snug, is it spinning together or is good?
No, it's spinning by itself. Not together. Now it is spinning.
I could kind of hold it, yeah. Sare Saul. Smooth. Man, this is gonna be great if it rides like that all the way through. When we squeeze it. But right now when we use this to tighten it down, it should flatten it down and it'll be.
That's right. What was that?
What's the purpose of that bracket, sir?
Let me get the ECU.
Oh, is that where we're gonna put the ECU?
This bracket actually is mounted so that we can mount this ECU to it, and it's out of the way of the engine bay or out of the way of mostly
it's
anything.
for easy access.
Easy access, lower temperature. You don't have to worry about it overheating under the bay since it's going to be on the outside here. And then we'll probably provide a little bit of cover over here so that no debris gets to it when we're actually running the car on the track. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And once you so you're thinking of adding like or fabricating like a steel plate.
Yeah, something to cover it.
So reflect the debris.
Because part of the ECM has plastic, even though we could mount it like this, but just in case something gets caught up in the road while we're rolling, or I'm not too worried about the water because we have the sealed connectors.
Oh.
Plus, they're gonna be facing down, so if any water gets in it, we're expecting for it to drain that way. And these are supposed to be sealed connectors from the back. You can't see it, but they have silicone grommets inside on the back side of this, which would be on this side, to protect it from water and moisture.
Interesting news, man. Thank
That's
you for
pretty
our
much it.
watchers. Give us some questions.
We'll give it a go and see what's
Keep
going
on
on.
giving us views. Thank you. Specialist. Who's a low budget housekeeper?
Oh, it's blackened.
Oh, so see, that's what I'm saying. When you mount it, oh, that should be right. All right, let's
Get
see.
some pines for some body work.
Oh no way.
They got time.
No, they're gonna see.
Skill them skills. I'll get them some body work clients.
That's it, bro. That's it right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's exactly how it's gonna mount up. Get some screws in there and
Oh man.
look at that thing, man. See what I mean? The metal's on the bottom.
From this
If anything
angle,
happens
it's
to jump, it's gonna be so that because the connectors have to come from the bottom. I was thinking of running them from the top here, but that's just gonna be using more wire to loop, and we're gonna try to eliminate all the wire. Looks up. Mira. Keep that running.
You can see it from there. From there.
And if we want, that's like that perfect.
Yeah, the little
No.
boxy.
This is the smallest one.
This guy.
so far too.
Well,
Is there? Let's see if we can get a little bit more feed from there.
Oh, es que ya se está viniendo otro harness para acá. That's why. What is this, bro? Right here.
No.
I gotta pull it through.
If there's anything that's inside, should be inside.
Yeah, well, this one, if we pull it more, it's gonna have to come out. Put it on there
Let me
first.
see. Let me put it on here first.
Yeah. Because then when it comes down, wait. Ahí está. Oh, we're good.
All right. Yeah.
That's what I
Perfect.
thought.
Congratulations. You have installed a Generation 1 ECM bracket.
I have made my first custom
Boy.
install, dog.
Over here. Right on this guy. Goes over here. That's a little tight, but it'll be good. A little tight. We may have a little bit more play at the front. Oh, yeah.
Well, another thing we could do is put washers in between the, or what? Oh, the way it fits, you mean?
Right here, yeah. It's fine. Cause then this guy comes here.
He's there? Ooh, that's a mock-up. Damn, it's just right.
And then we have our ground here.
Right.
This goes, we gotta ground that. And then this has to be bolted down.
So we're gonna have to pull it through here, mira. Through here. It'll be the tightest fit. Through here. Up right, just right above all this. Or we can go right above here, and down.
Yeah.
Because here we can even drill little holes and zip tie to this part.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I think that we could do that. All right, let me take this off. And then, well, let's draw now. I guess we'll just leave the screws till the end.
The way it is right now, you're actually making the wire come this way more.
Right.
You're
It'll give me
less
the
slack.
yeah.
So that's good.
That's perfect. All right, have that there. Bam.
All right.
Works for me, man. Good job, dude. Way to
I
go.
hope that we have another satisfied customer. It goes on that side,
Right here.
just right under here.
Yeah, it should just drop.
Yeah. So
So we got to make sure that the headers are all bolted in just right, just to make sure. And then, because I think I see a bolt around there, but we'll get on it right now. So let's start on that internal wiring. Open that little guy up and connect that big connector in there.
Oh, this big ass one. Well, I need a Phillips. That's why I wanted to try it right now, just mount it all. Because once we get it in here, we need to see how much of this is gonna flex. I don't want it to be like, like really. Oh, this is really basic. So it's got all the relays and fuses. It's nothing too crazy. Like for the type of harness that it is, like look at this. All these pins, I mean they could have used something smaller. Look at how many you're actually using. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 pins. And they give you this big ass thing. It's ridiculous.
Don't question those geniuses.
That's goofy.
Don't question for performance. Racing
They're
for
bypassing probably all those computers. All that garbage
Go
was.
like this. Oh man, this is a little. You gotta be careful with this. should just not mess with this. You know, like now that it's on, just leave it on.
That makes sense.
And don't moving harness and connecting, disconnect.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, man. They could have went with a different harness setup. Let's see, that's actually a really nice spot right there. See, nothing's getting flexed all hard. It's just hanging, just there. But yeah, this is a good spot for it. Right down here. Because we would have to maybe put 2 more screws here. Or just put here.